You're listening to Spainfully Honest, the podcast where me, Paul,
and me, Catherine, talk about what it's really like living in Spain.
Each week we'll share stories, tips and honest conversations about daily life here in Spain. The good, the bad and everything in between.
Whether you live in Spain or you're thinking about moving or you just want to know a little bit more, you're in the right place.
So grab a coffee, get comfy and let's get Spainfully Honest!
Hello and welcome to episode 39 of Spainfully Honest.
Next week I'm going to jump about,
Yeah,
but this week I'm saying calm.
Just whispering.
Yeah.
And this week we're going to be talking about Easter in Spain. So a really big one. This is a huge time of year in Spain.
Yeah, I think it's big. I think it's the biggest. I think it's more important even than Christmas.
I think so. I was thinking the same when we were going kind of.
It definitely is for processions and things. I mean,
yeah.
I know you have the Three Kings thing.
Yeah.
And obviously some at Christmas time.
Yeah.
But this is like effectively a full week of major, serious things.
And like they go to them all.
Yeah.
You know, like it's not just like, we'll go to one or the other. No, they go to every single procession. Yeah. And like, we'll go through it as we go through it, but it's very serious.
Yeah. And it's not just celebration, if you see what I mean. It's not just jolly, whereas the other ones are all jolly. Yeah. Carnival's jolly.
In fact, I think that's almost a really like a helpful part of when you're going through the procession, saying, well, this one's a bit more somber, this one's. I think sometimes people turn up and it's like, no, it's disrespectful.
No, I've been to the Thursday, which we'll talk about. Yeah. But that one, it's like if you started talking or shouting as it was going past, you would get serious.
You'd be like, like you'd be hushed up. Yeah, definitely. And also, like, you might be going along thinking it's like a celebrity, but actually you feel quite emotional. Like it's when everyone's together, even if you don't believe, it's like everyone being together in that kind of mood. It makes you just feel
There's
something.
A lot of people. I mean, it is a lot. They reckon that one on the Thursdays, 30,000 just in Murcia. So Murcia is a city of, it's less than 500,000. So it's like the size of Leeds is a good example of size. Yeah. So 30,000 people in the streets. It's a lot of people, isn't it?
And then when you go to we're going through it all now. Yeah. At the start, so stop. We'll go through it. We'll save some before we get there.
Peaking too early. So that's my problem.
Anyway, before we start, how was your week, Paul?
Not really much happened, really. Oh, we did a market on, when did we do a market? On Sunday. Oh, we did a market. But it's cold. It was, and it's a long one. So it was in Cartagena in the centre, Plaza Castellina. It's a nice place. It's right on the centre of the old high street. It didn't rain, which is great. It wasn't windy, which is great. But we got there at 7:30 in the morning. It was 2 degrees. So then you start setting up, and like it just didn't warm up. You know, all day. The sun came out a bit, but when you're in the centre, it's hidden by the buildings and things. And it just didn't get warm. And we were there until 11 at night.
At night?
Oof,
that's a long day.
It is a long day, And so because it was cold, it wasn't that busy. You know, people weren't hanging about. When it warms up a little bit, they hang about. So it was like a bit long, cold, and slightly frustrating day.
And then when the cold gets into your body, then as well,
you can't get rid of it. There's no way of getting rid of it, is there? So you sat, obviously the granite floors, which are fantastic, but the cold. You sat there in a deck chair with not a lot of people about. So it was a bit. A bit disappointing, really. And then things start to annoy you, don't they? So I had these things like people looking at Olga's bags, and if anybody's seen them, she is like, if anything, she's too picky. She makes fantastic bags.
We should put a link to her. Is it an Instagram page or?
Yeah, Instagram.
Remind me, I'll pop it on here.
And so the biggest one she's got at the minute, she charges €45 for, and the number of people that were like looking at it and like tutting, and you could hear them talking about it, Spanish and English, like that. That takes her 3 days to make, right? Handmade, she lines it, she does everything with it. She hand makes the crochet, and then I think it's 4 panels, and it takes like 6 hours each panel, sort of thing. And she has to put it together, make a lining, and she does it all by hand, and it's €45. So like, how many people would work for 3 solid days, 24 hours for €45, plus the cost of the stuff that you put into it?
Yeah.
And then they stood there with the like fake Louis Vuitton that they paid 25 quid for, and you think that probably cost £1 to make by some little child in Bangladesh, and you're complaining about a handmade bag that's totally unique. Like in the mock whatever they call the brands, there'll be 50,000 of them.
Yeah.
This is one. Nobody else will get one. So she never makes two the same.
Aww.
So, she might use the same colours, but she'll do the pattern differently, whatever. So that bag is totally unique in the world. Somebody's sat there picking at it.
Yeah.
And when you're cold and been sat there for 8 hours, you almost feel like standing up until then.
It's rude, though.
It is, yeah. I think they think we don't understand. They either think we're English.
Yeah.
And so they're talking Spanish, or they're talking Spanish, or they're talking English because they think we're Spanish.
Yeah.
But we know, we can hear you.
Yeah.
So that's why it's upset. A couple of them was talking loud.
Yeah.
So that Olga didn't hear it because I just felt so bad for her. Anyway, that's my rant. That's my rant. If it had been a nice day, I probably wouldn't have had that rant. Anyway.
The sun comes out and makes all the difference.
If it had been warm, it would have been fine. Yeah. How was your week?
Yeah, it was very similar actually.
Frustrating.
I had a number of frustrating things happen all at the same time, and again, it builds up inside your head. So it's then everything starts grating on your nerves, and you have to be careful not to snap at people, don't you? Because you're if Max does something or whatever, you kind of you feel your insides kind of irritated. Be no, I'm not irritated because of Max. I'm irritated because of all of these other things that are happening.
Yeah.
And you're trying to take deep breaths and
yeah, I do that. I blame everything on Olga.
I then start cleaning, and I'm work myself up into bad form. And I'm kind of Alex is Alex doesn't do this, and he does inside my brain. It makes me feel better or something. Why does he ever sweep the floor? He doesn't do. I'm the only one in this house who does anything. And I realized that luckily now I'm aware of it. So I'm I can see what I'm doing. No, you're just annoyed because of something else. Leave Alex alone. Luckily, Alex is just sitting there blissfully annoyed.
Yeah.
All this is happening inside my brain.
He's probably not really. He can hear the banging of the, when you're mopping and you're hitting the door frame.
But then I feel bad afterwards and kind of do you want a cup of tea, Alex? But he's kind of
okay.
Sure.
What do you want? Yeah. What are you after?
There we go. None of that was anything got to do with
No, but all these people are watching going, yeah. Oh yeah. So if you're sat on your sofa or somebody's banging around mopping behind you, it might be worth asking if they're all right. Yeah.
But also it just highlights as well, you move to Spain and it's your life isn't a holiday, it's normal life. You move to Spain and life is still normal, just
I actually have to be a bit careful because you have to lift your feet up if Olga's mopping, that's all. The skirting boards, these things, the skirting boards, I think she thinks you're allowed to fill to that level of water.
We're splashing against
like a pool clean. Anyway.
Okay, so there we go. Back to Easter.
So so we sort of talked about this a little bit, but I think that Easter in Spain is still very religious.
Yeah.
Whereas, I've been away from the UK 20 odd years now, but I sort of felt it was still more about Easter eggs and bank holiday trips to the Trafford Centre than like a 4-day bank holiday. It felt more like it was a holiday than a religious time.
Yeah.
Whereas here, I still think it's very religious.
Yeah.
And the most religious of all of them.
I think so.
That would be my.
I agree. I feel like Ireland probably lands somewhere in the middle. Easter time is still very religious, or it was when I lived there years ago. But also very much about the Easter bunny bringing Easter eggs and long weekend and stuff like that. But the religious side of it was still taken very seriously. Yeah. I went to all religious schools, although most people do. So maybe that's why it's more embedded in my head. But you would, of course, go to church on Easter Sunday. You would do, I can't remember what they were. I should have looked them beforehand. The Stations of the Cross you would do on Monday. And then on...
See, I didn't have any of that.
I'm going to say Thursday, the Holy Thursday, but I could be totally wrong. Good Friday, you don't eat meat, and it's kind of like a day that you're somber, and you do something else.
It's definitely down to if you're religious, then I'm not in it, I suppose.
Yeah, of course.
Because we never were. So with us, my dad was he was a diver, deep sea diver and everything. So that 4 days was important because it was like the first one of the year.
Yeah, warm enough to do it.
Warmed up and we'd go somewhere proper.
Yeah.
for 4 days at least. And we'd probably extend, because my mum was a teacher and I was at school, obviously, so we could extend it.
Yeah.
So my dad, he had his own business, so he could extend it.
Yeah.
So we'd probably go for like 10 days at Easter. It was the first sort of time we went away. So that's probably why. It's probably nothing to, it probably was really religious
Yeah,
in the UK,
maybe.
but I just don't remember it.
Yeah.
But
Well,
my vivid thing, that once I went back from here at Easter, was the queue getting into the Trafford Centre.
Yeah.
And I thought, all those people are going into the Trafford Centre.
That's what, like, if you're obviously not lucky enough to be able to go away, then I think the thing that my mum used to always go, I've given her a break for a while on the podcast.
You have. Here you go, Bernie.
She used to love, not necessarily going to shopping centres, but she liked to go look at pilot houses, like,
right, yeah,
what do you call them? Is that the right word in English?
Yeah, pilot
houses?
Yeah,
show houses, that's the word.
Yeah.
So she liked look at show houses. Even if, like, she wasn't buying a new house, we liked to go look at show houses or furniture shopping. She liked looking at furniture and thinking about furniture she will buy. She still liked that. It goes to Jisk a lot. Like,
yeah, I can understand that.
Often at Jisk. Yeah. So that's what my mum would love. But yeah, but it was very religious. You would go to, the Easter bunny comes and leaves eggs in Ireland, like chocolate eggs. And then there's a picture of me when I was, I must be 1 or 2, and there must be 40 Easter eggs. Honest to God. Like, good full-size ones as well.
Yeah.
You
do like chocolate. Did you like chocolate when you were old?
Well, I think my mum liked it.
Okay.
My mum always said, I had to eat all
she'll love this one.
Yeah. I was like from family and all that kind of stuff. Well, yeah, so I had got loads of Easter eggs. And I'm sitting there like in this big yellow dress and with your little Easter shoes on or whatever, the cute little white ones. And then my mum always looks at the pictures and says, I had to eat all those Easter eggs. Yeah. And then, like, that's the thing then in Spain, it's super religious. Like, I would say even more than Ireland. And then not so much into the whole Easter bunny, Easter egg thing.
No.
Although it's starting to grow a little bit.
Yeah, I mean, they've got some in Mercadona, but not like you would have in Tesco's.
Nothing at all. That. Like, I mean, at this time of the year in the UK and Ireland, you'll have like aisles in the supermarket of Easter eggs, like aisles.
Oh, massive, yeah.
Like plural,
I mean, like
would
Cadbury's will have their own aisle, won't they?
Yeah, and then you would have Nestle and then whatever, all the other ones, Thorntons. And then like the Thorntons shops, do you remember at Easter?
Oh, my favourites. Them Continentals,
the whole
was
shop
it?
would just be giant bunnies, and oh my Lord, I do miss that so long. But then it's starting to creep in a little bit here. But then, like, Alex, it's not like, it's like, this is Easter chocolate, eating it around Easter. It's not even necessarily something they give to their kids on Easter Sunday. Alex will sometimes just buy like a random rabbit and he'll just be eating it. And I'm like, what are you doing? That's Easter chocolate.
Random
Eat
rabbit.
That on a random Wednesday.
Oh, you meant a chocolate rabbit? No, normal. Walking around eating this rabbit, like, frozen rabbit.
He's like looking at me as if to say, what's wrong with you? It's just a chocolate rabbit. I'm like, to keep that for Easter.
So we were going to mention this. So if you are an expat here and you want to get your stuff, where are you going to get it from?
I mean, you go to, what's it called, Iceland, the food company overseas, all those things.
They have a reasonable selection, don't they? I mean, not compared to the UK, but a good selection for it.
Yeah.
And then Mercadona, they definitely have the rabbit.
Yeah.
And they have little eggs.
Little eggs.
Little eggs.
And there's actually those ones, like, they're like cellophane and there's an egg inside and some kind of a toy
but
inside.
Just check it's chocolate. Oh. Because it could be one of them boiled eggs like off that cake. So
we'll get to that cake.
I mean, imagine that.
Yeah.
We're in Spain, first year, we've got all these eggs. I got 35 hard-boiled eggs.
Boiled eggs.
Lovely.
Could be a boiled egg. Although I don't think of the cellophane, but you never know. So we're just looking at the ingredients, make sure it says chocolate there somewhere.
Yeah, make sure there's chocolate mentioned. It's not just coloured, because they colour them, don't they?
Yeah, so they paint, and they even cover them in like little covers sometimes. What do you call it? Not cellophane, but the like tinfoil covers, and it's still a boiled egg. Yes, I just checked.
Yeah, and Lidl and Aldi, because they're international.
Lidl and Aldi, well. They're like getting better and better every year as well for the selection that they tend to have. But so of course I don't buy any because the Easter Bunny brings ours. But if you are buying them, I would say get them in advance because they do tend to because it's not, the demand is not so big. They don't get lots, and they probably won't get more in. So I would say if you see something, just get it in that moment, and then just took it away somewhere.
And they are quite expensive compared to the UK.
And then, of course,
you've got to get them here, haven't they? The problem is with them, they're big, relatively big. So they become expensive to transport, even though they're not heavy.
So they are significantly more expensive, because even like if you were in Tesco, for example, there'd be like 3 for 2 deals. But here you're probably looking at maybe $7.50 for a medium-sized one. The big ones are probably closer to €12, I would say.
On the rest,
I can't even remember. But yeah, it's way more expensive.
For the chocolate element, you're probably better just buying
bars of chocolate and stuff.
And then just an egg that's symbolic.
Yeah.
A boiled egg.
Yeah.
Paint your own.
Paint them.
Get an ostrich one.
Yeah. I mean, the odd time what the Easter Bunny does for us here is he'll get like a toy or something that they're going to play with instead of an egg, because it goes against the Easter Bunny's grain paying that much money for them in Spain.
He's not Rothschild. This Easter Bunny.
But yeah, so a good idea is to get a selection of things. So you maybe go to the food company or whatever they're called where you lived overseas. I think it's a general one, isn't it? And get like a couple of things there, and then you can get maybe a couple from Lidl and Aldi and Mercadona.
Start the process, can't you, of integration.
Yeah. I think the fun thing for Max is when the Easter Bunny hides them all around the house. It's more about finding them. Because then he even I tend to be eating a lot of the stuff afterwards, like because it's so much there from. He gets like overwhelmed by all the chocolate, Because then my mum and dad.
I never have that.
The Easter Bunny goes there as well, and he ends up with a load of stuff. But anyway, that's what I would recommend.
Right then, so that's where you can get that stuff.
Yeah.
So what is going to happen in this next week?
Right. So we say Easter, but in Spain it's known as Semana Santa. So Holy Week. It's actually Holy Weeks because there's really 2 weeks.
Yeah.
And it starts a bit before. We won't go into it here because we don't think we have it on here, but it starts with Palm Sunday, which is beforehand.
Yeah, it's 8 or 9 days.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. And then depending on the region you're in, they'll be off. The kids will be off for 2 weeks, or they'll be off for 1.5 weeks. I think it depends on how they allocate the holiday. But
it's the Monday that's the day that seems to change, doesn't it?
Yeah.
The second Monday.
Easter Monday, we call
do
it.
it or not. So Murcia doesn't.
No.
But Valencia does.
Yeah, it seems to be a Catalonia and Valencia thing, isn't it?
Yeah.
They do Easter Monday. They do Easter Monday like we do Easter Monday. It's a bank holiday. But most regions, I would say, don't celebrate it.
Yeah.
But so it's a period of time that they call Holy Week. And it's definitely, as we've said, the most important period in the Spanish religious calendar. Starts on Palm Sunday and ends on Easter Sunday, or if it's in your region, Easter Monday.
Yes, it's worth checking that, because that could be a holiday in some places and not in others.
Yeah.
So this year then, so it starts on Sunday the 29th.
Yeah.
And ends on either Sunday the 5th or Monday the 6th of April. There are some processions on Palm Sunday, but mainly it's a day for the family to go to church and get a palm tree branch.
Yeah.
Or in a lot of areas, an olive tree branch.
Yeah.
Blessed to commemorate Jesus' entry into Jerusalem.
Oh.
I've learned so much and I didn't know that at all.
Do Palm Sunday in Ireland as well? Yeah.
I didn't know if it was to do with palm oil and chocolate eggs. Couldn't work out what it was, but now I know. It's not that at all. No. Or olive oil.
It's quite a festive one as well. It's kind of a nice upbeat one. And they tend to do processions in some towns as well on Palm Sunday. And it's a nice one. It kind of kicks things off.
Yeah.
It's light and upbeat. It's a good one.
Yeah.
But then we move into the more serious ones. So in your processions, you've got these, what are they called? What are we calling them? I feel like float is not the right word.
Float sounds a bit jolly.
Yeah.
Because it's not like that, is it?
A bit jolly. Like sculptures but they're not just sculptures, because they are like floats, because they're like huge, big square things. They're like altars that you carry around.
Yeah, that's a good description.
Right?
Yeah.
They look heavy as an altar as well.
They are very heavy, yeah. But that is part of it. We'll talk about that in a minute. That is part of it. Yeah,
the weight, it's like the sacrifice or something. So the processions contain massive, intricately carved floats, altars, sculptures, whatever word you want to call it yourself. They're called in Spanish, they're called pasos. So that you'll often see them that come up on social media around this time, paso, whatever, and they'll tell you what's coming.
Yeah.
And they depict scenes from Passion of Christ or the Virgin Mary. So it's kind of like in Ireland, you do the Stations of the Cross, right?
Yeah.
So it's kind of similar to this, right? Because the Stations of the Cross also depicts the Passion of Christ and what happened to him on the lead up to Easter Sunday.
Yeah.
The difference to virtually all the other processions is that the pasos are carried by costaleros, float bearers, I feel bad calling them floats. It feels like it's often for many hours. And this is to represent the pain that Jesus endured carrying the cross. And it's a real honor to be one, or to take part in it. And the rights to be one, to be a costalero, are handed down in families. And if you are a costalero, then you're part of a religious brotherhood. They're known as cofradias. These organize everything from the floats, the sculptures, and the processions. And they're really serious. You have to.
Oh yeah, no, it's proper.
Yeah, you pay to be in it, and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah, you have to donate towards it.
Yeah.
I mean, they get left in the will. You can leave your. If you died, it can be in your will that you leave it to
my
your
son
child
is going
or your
to
son.
do whatever.
Yeah, it's a real honor.
Real honor. Yeah. Other members of the brotherhoods are called Nazarenos, and they walk behind the pasos and they wear the pointed hoods. They're called capirotes, which allow them to perform penance anonymously. Yeah.
Yeah, it's all a bit spooky because because I've not been religious, my sort of vision of the pointy hoods is like Ku Klux Klan. It's all a bit.
But they were there before the Ku Klux Klan.
Yeah, but it's not that obviously. But it gives me a feeling of being spooky.
Well, it's supposed to be.
Yeah, no, that's the reason for it.
Supposed to give a vibe. Yeah, and they've got different coloured ones. You haven't.
Yeah, we talked about this different days. Yeah.
So on different days they have different colours, and there'll be more somber ones, and there'll be more upbeat ones. But basically, it's so that you can. Because they'd be crying and everything.
Yeah, and there will be. I mean, the people that take it really, really seriously.
I think they'd be in floods of tears.
Yeah.
Absolute floods of tears. Yeah. So, did you think that was that understandable?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
So basically, you've got cofradias, who are religious. They're the religious brotherhoods, and they organize everything. Other members are called nazarenos, and they walk behind the pasos, and they wear the outfits with the pointed hoods called capirotes. And then that means basically that they can, mourn God and all this kind of stuff in peace. They can cry and people look at them weird. Well, I don't think I think you could cry openly here and then.
Yeah, I think you could. Yeah, but
I think it's just a thing. Yeah,
and it's symbolic as well, isn't it?
Yeah.
But it is a bit, like we just said, it is a little bit spooky to me.
Yeah.
I find it, but it is meant to be, sad and
supposed to be.
Sad, yeah. The ones that are before the resurrection tend to be more solemn.
Yeah.
And then after, they can liven up a little bit. So if you go in for a bit of fun, they are not the ones to go to.
But
they are really worth going to see, because visually they are amazing.
Yeah. I was going to say, it's the experience for sure.
Yeah. And even just particularly on the third. So the Wednesday one is the start of the solemn ones, really, but it's not as solemn. There is music with those, as in maybe a band following the thing. And it's that's one that's bright red, and it's very visual, so great for photographs and stuff, because it's really, and they've got the hats on and everything really good. But it's not as solemn. And sometimes they give out, put it on here, sometimes they give out sweets and boiled eggs and things at that one,
and
which is the Wednesday.
Easter Sunday they do as well. Yeah.
Which is the Wednesday one. But then it's followed by the Thursday one. And
the most famous, isn't it?
It's the most famous, and the one where you have to behave.
Yeah.
Definitely. Yeah.
Like, just don't go if you're not going to. Like, if you're looking for, like...
you have to go with respect. I mean, 100%. Of course.
Yeah, it's called the Procession of Silence, which is for the Cristo del Refugio, Christ of the Refuge, and is often also accompanied by total street light blackouts to dampen the atmosphere. In most cases, the only sound is the saetas, which is like the really somber religious songs.
Yeah, not with bands or anything. No, just more talking, really, more just speaking about the situation. Isn't it?
And sometimes they're even like spontaneous. People in the crowd or something might just start to sing one of these sad saetas.
But not to get anybody dancing or anything. Just to But again, so I mean, they're almost all worth going to for different reasons, aren't they? The Wednesday one is really it's somber, but it's red and bright, and there is a little bit going on. It's very, like I said, very visual, and the lights are all on it. And this one, the Thursday one, is just different.
Yeah.
We were in Madrid when it came past, and we were staying in a hotel, and it literally went past the window. And it's like, you can hear it coming, but it's weird. I can't describe it. How can so many people be so quiet? You know what I mean? You'd never expect that, would you?
So respectful, isn't it?
Yeah, because you're not, even in a shopping centre, right, you're not listening to music, but you can hear people talking.
Yeah.
It's not like that.
Yeah, it's like you can hear the silence.
Yeah, that's it. That's a good description.
The feet on the ground, and it's kind of rhythmic as well, because they're kind of walking along. They have to walk, of course, in the same way.
In time.
Yeah, otherwise they won't be able to carry the structure. So you kind of like, it's the feet on the ground in like that rhythmic way, but then also you can hear the people being quiet, like it's you can hear the atmosphere or something. It's so weird. And obviously the people singing those, like those saetas, I hate saying that word, I don't say it well, saetas, the songs that they sing them like spontaneously, because it's like they're overcome with emotion. It's like that's where it's coming from, is to express the emotion that they feel when they're there. I would even go so far as to say it's not a procession to bring children to.
Yeah, no, I agree. Because I don't think they'd enjoy it, because it's not like happening. But there's happening, but not that they can enjoy.
Not that a kid's going to enjoy.
And you can't keep telling them they have to be quiet all the time. It'd be better going the Wednesday or the day after, when it becomes more of a riot.
The kid just starts crying or something like that, and then
you would get looked at to deal with them. You'd be expected to take them away.
Yeah.
If it was as it came past,
you'd have
and your child was crying, they would expect you to walk away with it, which is not something we do anymore.
No,
is it?
100%. It'd be like if you were in like I don't know, an opera,
a wedding,
and they were about to start like a solo performance, and your child starts singing. You'd have to run out with it, you have to run out with the child. Be a similar thing,
it's not, it's nothing against the child. It's for the respect of all the people that are there, and like we said before, there'll be a lot of people there that take it extremely seriously.
Yeah, and like if you're in, I don't know, Sevilla, or you're in somewhere in Madrid, and you're like in the middle of this crowd, to get out with your child, it's not an easy job. And if you're in like one of the back streets, could you imagine, it's basically, you wouldn't be able to. I would just say I wouldn't. And even like the crowds that are there, I don't think is great for young children. If they get to a certain age, and
but the other ones, you could just go away for a minute, go and have a coffee, come back, and everything. Whereas with that one, probably a lot of things wouldn't be open.
No,
and the lights will all be down and everything. So
definitely wouldn't bring kids.
Oh,
Holy Friday.
So then that's Holy Friday. So as we know it as Good Friday.
Good Friday.
Actually, it is the translation is the same. They say that Holy was called Good, and so Good Friday is actually a proper translation. It's not just we've decided to call it Good Friday.
Great.
Yeah, let's call it
the
Good
day
Friday.
He died. Brilliant.
That's right. Yeah. Now, so this is obviously one of the most important days and one of the longest, because the other ones tend to be in the evening. The Wednesday and the Thursday tend to be in the evening. This one starts very early in the morning.
Yeah.
It may have fireworks. Now, the reason for the fireworks is not as a celebration. It's to advise everybody nearby, before mobile phones and telephones and television even, that an event is starting. So that's why they have the really loud fireworks.
Yeah.
But it's not a celebration firework. It's an advisory firework that the procession started.
Yeah, you'll hear them at 7:00 in the morning.
You'll hear them,
so if you think you're going to have a lie-in because you're not religious, oh no.
No, you'll hear it. And it will be everywhere. Because, that is, the others will be in smaller towns as well as big cities. Well, this will be virtually everywhere, even in small villages and things.
Yeah.
And it will be followed, because this is a holiday, and this is a red day.
Good, yeah. Holy Thursday is as well in Spain, and then Good Friday is also,
Yeah, so obviously a lot of people will be off, a lot of people will be going to it. Saying that, it's quite a good day to go, because it's not as solemn as the day before.
Which is weird for me, because in Ireland, Good Friday is the most somber day. So I was always surprised by the Thursday is more somber than Good Friday in Spain. It's still somber, but not quite as...
Yeah, not as somber. You get away with things on this day.
Yeah.
And everything related to the city that you're at will be open. The lights will be on, obviously, so it'll be very colourful.
Yeah.
So it is a good day to go, I would think.
Definitely.
I mean, the best day is probably Sunday. But the thing with the Sunday
for kids, for sure, as well.
It's very, very busy.
Very, very busy.
We'll get to Sunday in a minute. Yeah, so, and you'll see, I have to say this right, Torrijas?
Very
Does
good.
that sound
That's a
right?
hard one. Yeah.
Torrijas, which is an
Torrijas.
iconic
Yeah.
treat similar to French toast, which is made from bread soaked in red wine, then dipped in egg and fried, and then coated in sugar and cinnamon.
Sounds disgusting, but it's delicious.
Yeah, no, I've tried that. Yeah, it's good.
Yeah.
In most places, including Mercia, the penitents, a person who repents their sins and seeks forgiveness from God, wear deep purple-coloured robes and accompany the passos, the floats, of Jesus on the cross. These processions are slightly less solemn than Thursdays, and they have, I've not remembered this, they have like drum bands, don't they?
Yeah.
Because they determine the beat and the walking pace.
Yeah.
So you'll hear, and you can hear them coming, obviously, whereas with the other ones, you sort of creep up on you a little bit. But these ones, you can hear them coming.
Yeah. And you can hear them practicing for like weeks beforehand. Like where I am here, you can hear them practicing walking and doing their drums, practicing the pace.
Richard's Emily was one of the drummers that did the beat.
Yeah. Oh.
Great.
And then there's stuff happens on Easter Saturday, but not much. It's kind of more scattered and sporadic. You'd have to check your own town hall for what's happening on that day. But Easter Sunday then is the next big day. It's far more joyous, definitely colourful. There's flowers, there's music following the processions. It's also a day that most families gather together to have a meal. They would have things like roast lamb or seafood, etc. And they often throw at the processions on Easter Sunday, they'll throw eggs and chocolate and sweets and boiled sweets and all that kind of stuff as well. It's a nice day.
Boiled eggs, not eggs.
These days there's little bits of chocolate eggs creeping in.
Oh, chocolate. I'm going to say, but there won't be eggs like
Oh, no, not
eggs.
like a Cadbury's eggs or something.
No, I mean uncooked. Like a mess.
Sorry.
To try and get you. It's not done for that reason. It's done as a gift.
No, they're not throwing eggs at you.
Yeah. Yes, don't get it wrong. Don't start throwing eggs around.
Throwing them back.
You get arrested.
The procession. Yeah, so it's a lovely one to bring your kids to. It's a family event for sure. And then depending on the place that you're in, they might have a cake called Mona de Pascua. So it's a it's like a
donut.
No, not a donut.
I don't mean in texture. I mean, it looks a bit like a donut with an egg in the middle. Brioche.
You look like a donut.
It's a donut.
Not to me anyway. It's basically, it's like a texture that you might expect from your roscon that day. It's like that kind of a texture, a bready, cakey dough.
Yeah.
And it's like a circle, and then they put they leave a section in the middle where they put an egg in.
Yeah.
So historically it'd be a boiled egg and they'd paint it or something. Yeah. But these days they're starting to put chocolate eggs there, and they're you'll see loads of chocolate eggs. Yeah. But you do have to make sure because they look the same.
I've never bought one thinking I don't want a boiled egg in the middle. So it might be chocolate.
Oh yeah, sometimes they're chocolate,
Oh.
You can usually tell though in fairness. You can usually tell because they're starting to really get into it, so you might have Kinder ones. But the ones you'll see the traditional ones would just have a boiled egg in the middle of the Mona de Pascua.
And they're painted, aren't they? Like the pastel.
Not always, but sometimes they're painted. Sometimes it's just a boiled egg slap in the middle of your cake, and it just turns me right off. Even though I know there's egg in cake, for some reason, just seeing it slapped on top of it, it's just ooh.
And is it a boiled egg then, or is it baked with the cake?
Oh, I don't know.
Ooh.
Might. But anyway, a Mona de Pascua, it wouldn't be typical in every region in Spain. So it's typical because it's a cake that they usually have on Easter Monday.
Right.
So they would have it in Catalonia and Valencia, and they would have it on Easter Monday. But then it's because it's associated with Easter these days, you'll see it in the supermarkets, most places, and get it before. Yeah.
Yeah.
In fact, on the lead up after, you'll see them around the place because they just kind of have them. We're in Murcia, so we would have seen them a lot because when it happens in Valencia, it kind of tends to spill over into the neighboring regions. So we see them a lot. But if you were I don't really remember seeing it in Madrid. I could be wrong. But maybe if you're not in a region that neighbors Valencia or Catalonia, then maybe you won't see one of the best ones.
Tell us.
Yeah, tell us.
Send us an email to hello@spainfullyhonest.com. I've done that for a long time.
I never do it. Look at you do it. But and then as we alluded to, in some regions, as we've said, they have Easter Monday rather than Easter. No, not rather than Easter Sunday, as well as Easter Sunday. So Easter Sunday and Easter Monday. Like in Ireland, we have Easter Monday. Is it Easter Monday in the UK?
It is, but it's not. Well, I can't really. You can't really ask me because it's never been religious. But I don't remember it being a religious
No,
thing.
it's like
And
a
it's
bank
always been a
holiday.
holiday.
Yeah.
But but I don't remember it being for religious reasons.
Yeah.
Whereas, Sunday obviously was.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But here it's a bank holiday only in, I'm going to say only Catalonia and Valencia. Could be wrong. Could be the odder one and maybe in the north of Spain. But I think like in Murcia, it's not a bank holiday, for example,
No.
on Easter Monday. So you have to just make sure to check that in your area if it's a bank holiday on Easter Monday or not. I think though they do it either or. So if it's, because of course you only have the same amount of bank holidays to divvy out in every region. So I think, but I'm not 100% sure, that if it's Easter Monday, then you might not have the bank holiday on the Thursday. I think it's more or less the same amount of days, just moved around differently. So, I don't know how to lead into that now. So where can you see these events, Paul? What events are we talking?
Well, no. So where? No, so I mean, like we said, there'll be something going on virtually everywhere.
Yeah.
But there are some that are very famous.
Yeah.
So there will be something near you somewhere. But what we did, I had a look at the Spanish tourist board to find out where the sort of most famous ones are.
Yeah.
And the biggest in the whole of Spain, and this is bigger than Madrid, is the one in Seville.
Sevilla, yeah.
Where they have 60 cofradías.
I'm going to say cofradias.
Cofradias, which are the brotherhoods.
Yeah.
And so they effectively have 60 of every float in Sevilla.
Yeah.
So that is probably one of the biggest ones.
If you Googled Semana Santa, Spain, Sevilla is coming
Sevilla comes up, yeah.
Definitely.
And what it suggested on there, that the best night there, even though it's the Thursday, was the Thursday into Friday.
Yeah, it happens late at night, doesn't it?
La Madruga.
La Madruga.
Which starts off solemn but turns a bit more interesting later on.
Yeah.
So that's one they suggest for Sevilla.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's something I'd like to do. I'd like to go to Sevilla for Semana Santa, but everyone has said it's packed, packed.
I can imagine.
I'd love to experience it. I'd love to experience it. Yeah, because it goes through all the windy streets.
Must be great.
It'd be great, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
But yeah. But also it's huge in, a lot of places, but in Andalusia, in Malaga, the procession has massive pasos, which is the word we're using for our walking altar float, and need to be carried by over 100 people. Yeah,
because the ones in Murcia that I've seen, I would say there's about 30 people underneath it.
Yeah.
Because you can obviously see the ones down the sides, but you can't see the ones in the middle, and there are people in the middle. And they have to also, because obviously Carlos is on it. Carlos is, I'd say, is about 5'5". Yeah. So they have to strategically position the people to make sure they're all level. Else, otherwise, the tall ones are carrying it, and they have to just stood there not doing a lot.
It's great crack.
So they have to do that, and they have the sticks, don't they? So when they stop somewhere, they put them on a stick so they can rest, and then they set off again. I
love looking at the guys who are like, there's like a director person for each paso, for each structure. Just paso is what we're talking about. When we're talking about a float, it's a paso.
Yeah.
So that each paso has their own director.
Yeah.
And they're vocal, and they're shouting at the guys, and they're stop, no move, wait 10 seconds. They're really.
And they have spares people, as in, because on some of them, it can be, particularly on the one on the Friday, that can be virtually all day, and they'll go a very long route. So they have spare people who can take over, because it is a lot. Some of them somebody said on those one in Malaga, they can be up to 30 tons. It's a lot of weight.
They're so intricate, though. They're so detailed. Malaga is also famous for, I imagine they probably don't like this, but Antonio Banderas goes every year, and because he's from Malaga, and he goes to Semana Santa in Malaga every year. I think he's really based there a lot of the year. In fairness to him,
he lived on Benalmádena Marina when we were there.
Yeah, well, he goes every year to the Semana Santa, and he's into it. He's religious by the looks of things, and he does be in tears, crying when the pasos go past. And I can't remember. I don't think he's part of a brotherhood. I think he does be just watching, or in the audience.
But you have to be quite committed to it. I mean, I think because you have to be. I remember Carlos going 2 or 3 weeks before.
Yeah.
And every day, because they effectively take it apart, clean it all, put it all back together and
Yeah.
everything. So
And there's a reverence in it, like they
yeah, so you probably won't have the time to do that. You know?
Yeah.
But
Yeah, probably not. Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's like every year, like clockwork, around Semana Santa, you see like the videos of Antonio Banderas in Malaga at
Oh, right, okay.
at the Paso,
You might spot it. You might not see that it's him.
his family. Yeah.
Right.
There you go.
In Valladolid, in Castilla and Valladolid and Castellon. No, Valladolid, which is in Castellon.
Castellon.
Are some of the most ornate floats. So they're not as big as the ones in Malaga, which are the biggest, but they are the most ornate. And they were carved back in the 16th and 17th centuries by renowned Spanish sculptors. So they're probably very nice to watch and look at.
Then we've got Zamora, also in Castilla y León, and it's one of the oldest recorded in Spain, dating back to the 13th century, and is famous for its Thursday procession, which is very, very quiet, with exception to the Gregorian chants. So they chant as they go along. I think that's like one of their medieval towns, isn't it?
Yeah.
If you ever look it up, they're beautiful. Yeah.
That'd be nice.
Very nice.
And then this is one, I mean, I've been to Granada and I can understand why this is fantastic. In Granada and Andalusia, they've made the route so it intentionally goes through all the windiest streets. But obviously that gives it a fantastic atmosphere. And those streets, when you go into that area, are all proper. I mean, not cobbles as in nice cobbles, are they? They're all uneven and everything.
I don't know how they would do that. I can't walk down the cobbles. They're slippy.
Imagine me all
They're
that.
slippy. Yeah. I would be shitting myself if I was doing that in Granada. Like, honestly, I haven't been there for Semana Santa, but Jamie lived in Granada and he used to send me the videos of them in Semana Santa there. Oh my God. Yeah. That must be the hardest one. That has to be the hardest one.
Yeah. It must be great to watch them.
Right.
And it says as well that they intentionally stop in positions in front of the Alhambra Palace where you can see it from a distance. Nice. It must be amazing. It's all lit up. And so that's definitely worth looking. You're in that sort of area, that might be one to try.
Yeah, because that area is called the Albaicin district, isn't it? Yeah. I mean, you can't drive.
Well, it's nice. It's nice to go to when that's not on. I could just imagine it'd be amazing.
It'd be so cool, wouldn't it? Yeah.
Perhaps not when all the lights are out. You might be better not going on the Thursday.
Yeah, and bring like those Nordic walking sticks or something. The lights are out and you're like stopped. On one of those hills in the Albaicin, I don't know if they'd slipping down.
A head torch on, stood there with a halogen head torch. They might not appreciate
it. Where else have we got? So in Cuenca,
I've been to Cuenca as well. Cuenca's nice. Yeah.
Castilla-La Mancha is famous for its Good Friday procession called Las Turbas. Oh yeah, this one's a good one.
This is like different a little bit.
Yeah, look this up on social media. Look this up. I think this video's on YouTube. It's really good. So it's a Friday procession called Las Turbas, or basically translates into procession of the drunkards. It's usually early in the morning. I'm going to say 6 or 7 in the morning as well. And they go along and they make this racket, this noise.
Yeah.
It's so cool. So it's filled with music and chaotic dancing to depict the mockery of Jesus.
So they were the people throwing things at him and everything, but they depict that in I'm guessing they're not drunk. I'm guessing they're acting, but I suppose there will be some drunk people there as well.
Yeah. It's really cool. That's a good one. Look that up. It's very cool.
Yeah. Salamanca in Castilla y León is said to be one of the most intimate and pretty processions, which with the use of thousands of candles to illuminate the route and ended up in a very impressive Plaza Mayor. The tourist board does say that the ones in the north of Spain tend to be more solemn but artistic, and the ones in the south tend to be louder and bigger but less intricate.
Oh, there you go.
That was from their description. So that was just, they are the sort of ones that are recommended by the tourist board. So if you're wondering where to go and you're quite close to one of those, might be worth going. Yeah. But just obviously check access, check that you're going to be able to park, because if they are the sort of bigger and better ones, everything's going to be harder. So get there early. The ones on the Wednesday and the Thursday, like we said, are in the evening. So you need to make a day of that, really. Yeah. Go in the morning, find somewhere to park, have a nice day, and then join in.
If we can kind of give you guidance, say this is an evening one, this is a morning one, but the times are going to be specific to your town or the city that you're going to go in. So always the best place to find out this information is the town hall social media pages. So the Ayuntamiento, the websites, but their Facebook pages are brilliant. Like basically everything they share on the website, they'll put a post on the social media about it. And on social media, they'll tend to put it up a couple of times, so that it keeps it front of mind. And they'll tell you, of course, all the times of the processions,
And
the routes, when they're starting, where they'll finish, and
I mean, they tend to start and finish in the same place because the float, passos, is kept for the next day, ready for the next procession. So they tend to sort of start from the church and end up back at the same church.
Yeah.
But there will be a route that they go around, so you can watch it from wherever.
Yeah. Some of them come off boats if they're near the sea.
Right, yeah, there will be those, yeah. I think the Valencian ones, there's a lot related to the sea.
Yeah, because it's like that's where they got their livelihood from. So it's like the kind of, when Mary comes in, she comes in off the sea sometimes. So it depends on, so just have a little look on your town hall. They usually have like maps, and it's a big detailed thing. They'll have like a brochures about it as well.
Yeah.
I mean, because of social media, don't tend to print them out so much, but they still might in the church have some.
Yeah. And also the Ayuntamiento will definitely have information, because again, we've said this before, they'll be closing the roads, or making no parking zones and things like that. So they'll tell you which roads are being used, so you'll know where not to park, and also what the route is.
But also around this as well, not only just for the processions, but the town halls will have loads of stuff on. There'll be concerts and there'll be everything. So look out for that. There's going to be shows on and activities on for kids, because they know the kids tend to be off as well over that time. So they'll have things on for them, workshops and all that.
It's sort of the start, in a way, of the holiday season. So coastal villages like ours will have more, perhaps, than you would expect them to have, because there'll be more people here. People will come down from other cities. It's the first time they use their apartments and they're getting ready for the summer, so there'll be more people here. So there'll probably be more things going on than you might expect.
The fair might probably not be completely full, but they'll put some things up in the fair or whatever. And what's to say here now? There's a specialized app for Seville and Malaga processions. It gives you the GPS locations of the different floats live. Cool.
Yeah, so you can see which float is where. See if it's speeding or not.
I'm not even going to Malaga this year. I'm downloading the app though.
Yeah.
The app is called El Penitente.
And I went on it and had a look at it, and it is a proper, it's just for that. That's all it is. But it tells you the names and where they are, and
that alone will tell you just how big Semana Santa is. Like, seriously. And then there's one for Saragossa app called, I'm not going to be able to pronounce this, so I'll spell it. So SSANTAZGZ. I'll put, and there is one that has created digital versions of traditional printed programs for many cities called iPaseo. So what's that?
So that's where the Ayuntamiento do create a leaflet.
Yeah.
This app have effectively digitized all those cities' leaflets.
What a good idea.
Very clever.
Well, I'll do my best to find the links to all of these, and I'll put them in the show notes so you can check them out.
Yeah, so that might be worth looking at for Murcia, because that'll help you in this area. But if you're a distance from a city but you're thinking about going, it might be best to look at some of those before you go, to make sure it's going to be all right.
Yeah.
So there are also some official websites just about Semana Santa in a few Spanish cities. They can be found by searching La Semana Santa de Sevilla. Another one is Malaga Top Guide. Another one is Official Madrid Tourism Portal. Visit Valencia Maritime Holy Week. So that is one that is to do with that one. Also, you can listen to Spectrum FM, TKO Radio, and go on Spain Today, or read the Europe the News, because all of those will have information about what's happening in the local area. Yeah,
we do. And in fact, the Spain Today work with lots of the town halls, and they get us to kind of translate the stuff into English, and then we post that stuff. So you have all of the details for the areas they cover for in English. So that's what's good about them. But also, I would just make another little note right at the end. We spoke about it in another episode, just to keep an eye on the weather, because if you've planned to go to wherever, Malaga, to go see this procession, but it absolutely starts lashing it down, they are not bringing those century-old sculptures out into the rain. So it will just be cancelled. I mean, they'll wait until the last moment to see if it stops.
And they'll obviously do something in the church.
Yeah.
They won't cancel the event, but you wouldn't get in. I mean, that will be for the people that are all to do with
from the cofradías and
so
stuff.
You're not going to get in there. So check the weather.
Yeah.
But like you said, I mean, they might, because some of them are solid gold, the things that are on there, they're not going to risk.
They don't take them out. No. Don't take them out. And there's always every year, of course, because Spain's a huge country, it's going to be raining somewhere, you know, there's always like the news is filled with, will this procession be able to go ahead?
Last year was cancelled, which was the Thursday one.
Yeah.
That was cancelled because of the weather.
I always say every year, no matter when Easter falls, it will rain.
Yeah.
It will rain. But again, it's usually just if you're coming over for a holiday, your holidays be grand. It's a lovely time of year. It'll just probably be a shower here or there. You know, the typical for spring weather.
It's going to be slightly warmer, doesn't it? So it's not freezing cold.
Yeah. It's just enough to spoil.
But that sort of thing, because of what they're carrying around, you can't take those outside.
No.
The ones underneath will be fine.
Yeah. It's just a sculpture itself. But yeah, so that's our little
hope you enjoyed it. A little bit different, and like we've said, I think personally, I think it's worth if you can go into one of the cities, just to see the spectacle of it. You know, it might not be your thing. I'm not religious, but when I went to saw it, I thought, wow,
this is a wow event.
You can, like you said about the solemnness, you can feel the importance of it.
Yeah.
You know, it must be like when you go to Rio to that carnival. I know it's a different thing, but how spectacular it is.
Yeah.
And I think it's a bit like that.
Yeah, I think so. And I would say, even if you're not religious, it's still something to experience.
Yeah.
I would say.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Yep.
Well, we hope that was enjoyable. Yeah, very good. Let us know if you email us, or let us know if you go to any of the processions.
Yeah.
For me, I never say the email address. I'm going to say hello@spainfullyhonest.com, or even on social media. So if you see any of our posts about this episode, feel free to like put a picture or something underneath the post on social media to show us how you've celebrated Semana Santa, Easter in Spain.
Yeah, and please follow us. It all helps.
Oh, yes, please. Thank you.
See you later. Bye.
Bye.